So you know who loves figgy pudding? I was just looking it up on Google.
Who loves figgy pudding?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby?
He loves putting his dick where it don't belong.
Oh, Lord. Hey, everybody, we're back!
Hey! Pierre, he pushed record a little harder.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to y'all. Merry Christmas out there. And ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Whoa, whoa.
Well, let's get started with part 4 here. We're going to rank the 12 WWE pay-per-views of 2014.
Number 12.
And we're also going to talk about the best match of the card and the worst. Or worst card.
Worst.
Or the best. It's not just one. Could be more than one.
Number 12 is TLCS.
Oh, this is a one-year thing. Don't
The
start
best
that crap.
match, Dolph Ziggler versus Luke Harper.
It was, yes.
The worst match, Big Show versus Eric Rowan.
1,
Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee.
2,
Kane versus Ryback.
3,
Rusev versus Jack Swagger.
4 matches, people.
4.
You only had 8 on the card. We're not counting about the... We're
So you
not
have
talking
4
about
bad
the
ones.
pre-show. We had 4.
4 bad ones, 1 good one out of 8.
That's not very good.
Not good. Number 11.
The Royal Rumble. Yes.
Best match, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan was in it.
And it was.
Worst match, the Royal Rumble, because Daniel Bryan wasn't in it. And Big Show versus Brock Lesnar, because Big Show was in it.
Yeah. But yeah, I can understand that, you know. People were excited for Daniel to be in it, and he said, I don't think so.
Number 10, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
The best match was Team Cena versus Team Authority because Dolph Ziggler won. And Sting came out.
Sting debuted, yes.
Worst match was Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Titus O'Neil and Slater.
A.K.A. Bathroom Break.
Yes.
Number 9, Payback.
Best matches?
Oh, the Shield versus Evolution, an elimination match.
John Cena versus Ryback in a last man standing match. And the worst match.
That's not Ryback.
What did I just say?
You said Ryback.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just totally...
You can't, I mean...
I hurt his feelings, probably. If he ever saw the show, he'd probably kill me. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt in the last
match. That's
man
me giving AJ Styles the women's award. The worst match
was Rusev and Big E.
Versus Big E. That's...
Number 8, Extreme Rules.
The best match, the Shield Evolution.
Ooh, 2 pay-per-views in a row there.
Daniel Bryan versus Kane.
Of course. Worst match was Rusev versus R-Truth and Xavier Woods.
That's too bad for Rusev so far.
Number 7, Battleground.
Actually, there's 3 so far on this list for Rusev because of him and Jack Swagger. So
yep.
that's not good.
That's not good for him. Number 7, Battleground. Best matches, the Usos versus Harper and Rowan.
Of course.
John Cena versus Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus Kane.
The worst match was a pre-show match. So how bad is that then on the other one then?
Sad.
They count the pre-show matches. Cameron
not Primo.
Primo, yeah. Pre-show. Cameron Naomi was bad.
He's under a mask now.
Yes.
Primo. Number 6, Elimination Chamber. Best matches, the Wyatt family versus the Shield. Elimination Chamber that was won by Randy Orton.
Well, Elimination Chamber is always going to be good. I think it's going to hurt them by changing to fast lanes now.
Yes. Worst matches, AJ Lee versus Cameron. Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. Batista versus Alberto Del Rio.
Number 5, Hell in a Cell. The best match, John Cena versus Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls.
You know why? Because Dolph and Cesaro wasn't it?
And the worst, Big Show versus Rusev.
You know why?
Another Rusev match.
Because Big Show was in the match.
Yeah.
Number 4, Night of Champions. Best matches, Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Sheamus versus Cesaro. And another worst match,
for Rusev
versus Mark Henry.
That is not good.
The common denominator in all these is Rusev.
Yeah. Number 3, Money in the Bank always sells.
Of course.
And of course, Money in the Bank contract winning match won by Seth Rollins. Usos versus Harper and Roland. And the Money in the Bank title match won by John Cena were all best matches.
If I can get my paper to move here. Worst matches, Layla versus Summer Rae, because Summer Rae was in it. Adam Rose versus Damian Sandow as Paul Revere, because he was Paul Revere. Number 2, SummerSlam. Best matches, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. Oh my gosh. Worst match, they got here on twice now. for them too. Both
That's
of them.
not good. That should tell you something.
Rusev versus Jack Swagger. Maybe it's the style of match they're letting Rusev do.
I don't know. That's terrible.
Because I like his character.
We're going to go back when we get done and count and see. Because I think it's like half, almost over half.
Number one,
WrestleMania 30, which won a toppy.
It did win a toppy. Best matches: Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista. Oh, look at there! Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. The worst match was the Divas Battle Royale, won by AJ Lee, put together by Vicky Guerrero.
Which is so sad.
It is.
Let's look back here now before we go here. Okay, SummerSlam. Wrong way.
Wrong way!
I think I'm say about 6 matches it felt like. 9 champions.
2.
Hell in the Cell.
3.
Extreme Rules.
4.
Payback.
5.
And only 6, maybe 7. Rumble.
Table, ladder, chairs.
And tables, ladders, and chairs and stairs.
So what did I say? 6.
6.
6 out of 10.
No, 6
Right?
out of 12.
12. My bad.
6 out of 12.
I can't count. You know this.
Hey, I didn't tell you count. How bad is that for you to be? And
That is pretty bad.
that's pretty bad. And
I
that's
don't
your,
know who ranked all
and
that.
that is
bad
United.
though.
That's your United States champion now. So.
Yeah, buddy. Should be the Russian championship, but okay, whatever.
And then I read something the other day, which was great. The way the rest of the person wrote it, we talked about it ourselves before they even talked about it. Talking about Rusev. Let him continue on to WrestleMania, and we said that. Yeah. And we said, who should be the one to beat him? We said Kurt Angle should be the one to beat him.
But he's still with TNA.
But he's still with TNA, so that scratches that. So, John Cena. That would be good if they can write it that way.
Let him win the U.S. title. I gotta have the world title.
Maybe he should.
He should win the U.S. title. Makes the title look better.
It does, and people going down, which he should be going down, because like Paul Heyman
They did
said,
an interview about that. I saw an interview where they talked to Daniel Bryan about that, and the guy said, "Why is it that people go up and down in the card? Like The Miz went way down." He said John Cena doesn't go. He's like, well, if you had John Cena in the 4th match of the night and he got the biggest reaction, and your main event didn't get a good reaction, then why would you keep him in the 4th match? It's called, if you built your characters right, those people all over the card would get good reactions, not just John Cena.
Yeah.
When 90% of your show is around John Cena, there's your problem.
Yep. And it would do the title good.
It would do the U.S. title good.
But like Heyman,
And he had the title before.
Like I was talking about what Heyman said.
He's never had the Intercontinental title.
Austin at the top, 3-4 years. Rock at the top, 3 or 4 years. John Cena, 12 freaking years he's been at the top.
Hogan at the top of WWE was what? Maybe 10? Probably less than that?
Probably less than 10. I would say less than 10.
Because he was gone and stuff like that. He did movies and things of that nature.
Yes.
And then in WCW, he wasn't on top
But
the
your
whole time.
biggest guys, who you talk about, who's your biggest? Stone Cold Steve Austin, 3 years at the top. And you have John Cena. That's what it is. It's not who John Cena is.
No.
John Cena can wrestle. We know that. And John Cena can bring in the merchandise. We know that. But yeah, he's too much.
Stone Cold doesn't work for the company anymore. He could still bring in merchandise sales.
Yes.
He doesn't have to be the top person.
And I'm afraid they're gonna jam. People's gonna want Dean Ambrose, and they're gonna say you get Roman Reigns, and the fans are gonna say we don't want Roman Reigns.
Do it like they did with Daniel Bryan then. That's the way I look at it.
They're gonna do that.
I mean, look how much merchandise they bought for Black Friday. Dean Ambrose.
Of course, but they're gonna give us freaking Reigns.
Yeah, and I saw one of the live events.
Okay, give us Reigns then, and let him start number 1. Make him look dominant.
Yeah. I saw, though, on one of the live events, the live event tour that John Cena's not on, 90% of the merchandise at the merchandise table was all John Cena. Oh, yeah. And he wasn't even on those shows.
Well, I've got a show I'm coming up on January 10th I'm going to go to.
Right.
And I'm going to check the tables and see.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be John Cena everywhere. All right, folks. Well, I hope you've gone and get you something to drink, some popcorn or something to eat, some little Christmas candy.
This is the moment.
Some fruit, some fruit. What the hell's it? Cake, Christmas.
Fruit cake?
Is it fruit cake? That don't sound right.
I don't know.
Well, get you some
You're
sweets.
You're a fruit cake. How about that?
Get you some sweets, because coming up right now
The debut.
The one who was the man of the 80s, made in the 80s.
With Jib Salvage.
Jib Salvage coming at you. I hope
right
you're ready.
now. I'm
scary.
scared for you people who begged for this, who asked for this. It's scary.
It is scary. Enjoy. Merry Christmas. So Bill Cosby likes figgy pudding, huh?
Figgy pudding.
Jim Salvage here. I just want to thank the people at Rope Reality, Mike Hogan, Justin Carter, for all their time and effort of putting me on this show. I want to be talking about the 80s. I want to just thank them so much for letting me talk about the 80s. Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, Mr. Perfect, Hillbilly Jim, Magnum P.I. All of the great things of the 80s. And I'm even going to be reading letters from you fans that love Jib Salvage, because you're going to love me, Mr. Jib Salvage. So in the new year of 2015, if they'll have me back, I'm going to be back. And I'm going to be here to talk about the 80s. So don't forget to say your prayers. God is great, God is good. Let us thank Him for our food. And also, don't forget to take your vitamins. I like the Flintstones, buddy. So take your vitamins, gummies, chalky, I don't care. Just take them and come back to Top Rope Reality to hear all of what I got to say about the 80s and how Dirty 30 has got to go. It's all about the 80s. See you next time. Right here, made in the 80s with Jib Salvage.